Hi there, it's Rachel from scrappinandhappy.blogspot.com with another Let's Get Crafty video, and I'm really excited to be showing you today this 3D teacup box. This box is made using Cricut Design Studio and my Cricut Expression, and I can't take credit for this box. This box was from a treat box swap where a whole bunch of ladies got together and used their Cricut cartridges to make a or Cricut cartridges and Design Studio to make a box, and they were kind enough to post all of our hard work onto a blog or onto the Old Cricut Message Boards. And so this one was made by the poster. Oh, she doesn't have her Cricut message board name, Leslie. So thank you, Leslie, for making this fantastic box. Now, I love hosting tea parties, and I have a lot of friends that love to drink tea, so I just had to make this. And this one's going to be for my a birthday present. I'm going to put some little gifts in there, and I'm going to show you the steps of how to make it. And then if you want the link to the Cricut site, just check out my blog at www.scrappinandhappy.blogspot.com, and you'll be able to get the zip file of all the different boxes, and there's tons of them. So here's what the cut file looks like. If you're using Cricut Design Studio, you're going to need Joys of the Season and George and Basic Shapes cartridge. That's the ones that that's what's used to cut out this. Now, so here's the plate or the saucer, and here are my two flipped images. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is, to give it a bit more interest, is I'm going to ink the edges. And I'm going to use this Scattered Straw Design Distress ink from Tim Holtz. And I'm going to just ink the edges. If you hear that noise in the background, that's my dog, Redley, playing with his chicken. He's over on the deck in the front of the house, but it is quite loud. But he stays out of my scrap room where I don't like him being, where he gets into mischief. Okay, so there's the inked saucers. I'm actually going to just make this, and then, or cups, and then I'll just do the saucer. Okay, and that was Scattered Straw. Okay, so then the next step is to attach the saucer to the box. So I'm going to go ahead actually and use my glue gun to do this. I'm just finding it dries fast, and okay, so there's what the cup looks like. Really cute. Now the next step is to attach the cup down to the saucer. Now this Joys of the Season cartridge has this little pedestal, but if you stick that down here, I'm just concerned that it's not going to be that stable once you put goodies and candy or whatever you're going to put. So what I did, I don't know if that's how this is designed, but I'm going to just stick down the pedestal to the box, because we don't need that for this project. There we go. Okay, and then the next step is going to be to attach the box down to the saucer. So I'm going to use lots of glue for that. Okay, and there's a little teacup base. So now comes the fun part with decorating it. So with this one, you can see I used butterflies, some little chipboard embellishments, and did lots of things. So the first thing I'm going to do, which is really easy to do while I have the camera here, is to use a doily. These doilies are cheap at the dollar store. I think I got 60 of those yesterday for $1. And doilies seem to be really big right now, and it's just a way, I know you don't have doilies in a cup, but it's just a way of making the cup a little more prettier for gift-giving purposes, using that. Okay, so I think I like that side better with the edging, so this is going to be the good side of the box. So the next part comes with the embellishing, so I'll just get my cuts organized and I'll be back with that. Okay, so we're back to decorate. Now I suppose what you could do if you were decorating is wait to put until after the saucer's on, but the way I've decorated this is I need the flower, or this one here, the flower sitting on top of the saucer. So it's just easier, even though it's a little more finicky, I guess, it's easier to decorate. Oddly enough, this one went this way, and now this one that I'm doing here is going the opposite way. So anyways, we'll have some fun with that. Yeah, I really like this side better. Okay, so the first step is to attach your greenery. Now this was cut out from the storybook cartridge at 1.47 inches. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on the leaves and stick that over to the side here. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one here. I'm just trying to decide if I need another one. You know what, for this one I'm going to use the 3. Okay, and then I'm going to attach the flower. Now these flowers are all handmade, and believe it or not, they're just I use scraps from my stash to make these. They're a lot of fun, and maybe what I'll do when there's an opportunity is I'll do a tutorial showing you how I made these cartridges, or these flowers. So the next step is to add the butterfly. Now these are just cut out from glitter paper with my die cuts Martha Stewart punch. I don't know if I like it there. I try it again. There we go. Okay, now in this step here I added some decorative chipboard. Now this chipboard I've had in my stash forever, so bought it as a set. I have a whole bunch of different ones. I think this one I'm going to include, add a different color. I'm going to use Bloom. Ooh, down. Bloom. Okay, and then this is going to be a happy birthday one as well for a friend of mine. So I'm going to use one of these. I cut this out from Gypsy, and I just use scrap paper, and it's just a great way to use up your scraps, and I have them printed ahead of time, so in situations like this it's all ready to go. So I don't know the size. Oops, sorry, I'm off camera here. Pop that up with pop dots. So here's the happy birthday sentiment, so you can see it there. Okay, and then we're just going to put that over onto the side there. And so what I thought you could do with something like this is you can have these plastic bags and just stick it in here like this. And then you can have all your treats in there, and then they can just take out that way. And that way you are filling the bag up so that everything that you have fits in there. And this is quite sturdy now, and I'm finding that the glue gun has made it that much more sturdier feeling. So it's worth using the glue gun despite sometimes getting the burnt fingers. And then the last little finishing touch that's going to get wrapped around the bag is your Terrific. This little tag looks like a little tea bag. That's the idea of it, and this was cut out from the Tags, Bags, Boxes and More cartridge. But there's also one on, actually no, this one, yeah, this one was cut out from Tags, Bags, Boxes and More. With my Gypsy I hid the little line and then I just did my own punch. But there's lots of tags on the Sweet Treats cartridge too that you could use for something like this. So stamped it with black Stays-On ink. You could have it hang over to the side like this and sort of show, but I just used some embroidery floss to tie it on. And then there is two different teacups, and these are so much fun to make. I can't stop making them. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Let's Get Crafty. And again, for the link to this site, check out my blog, www.scrappinandhappy.blogspot.com. And if you do happen to create some of these, please send a link to me. I love checking out people's projects that are inspired by something that I've created. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.